you started swimming at the age of 34, and then you started running at the age of 52, and you've been a swimming coach, which is not so common at that. I really don't know anyone in India who's a swimming coach at that age. Being a woman also.
Yeah, I was pretty active since childhood. I used to take part in everything, what in school activities, whatever, whether cultural, sports. I used to take part. I'm a basically softball national player.
Softball.
Yeah. I used to play softball in my college days. बच्चे होने के बाद, I had put my son into swimming. Swimming was my regular this thing. So now it is almost 23 years of my swimming. I've been very consistent.
If you are not yourself a runner, you don't really get to see the runners around you also.
Running was also not that popular 8 years back. Husband is very supportive in all this. Because he used to come with me for walks, right? So I used to run, and that way it was. Bachcho ka bhi, they were very happy. They are very supportive that way. That is how I take it. I don't, itne mein karna hai, itne mein finish. I don't look at my watch, anything. I just keep going till I see the watch at the finish line only.
Hi everyone, this is Meenal here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I interview women, in fact, specifically Indian women, into ultra running in India. And with me, I have a very, very special guest, RITA ji, and we'll talk about her running achievements and much more about her as a runner, as a woman, as a homemaker, as a professional as well. So let me straight away welcome RITA ji. Very warm welcome to you, and thank you for coming to my channel. Can you introduce yourself a little bit? थोड़ा सा अपने बारे में बताएंगे. How was your childhood? Where you were brought up? Were you active during your childhood in sports? And so on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm Rita. So basically, I belong to North. I'm basically from Agra. So my parents shifted to Bangalore after their marriage. So my education and been born and brought up everything in Bangalore itself. I was pretty active since childhood. I used to take part in everything, what in school activities, whatever, let anything it be, whether cultural, sports. I used to take part. After marriage, also I continued I'm a basically softball national player. Softball, yeah. I used to play softball in my college days, school and college days. I used to do that. Then after wedding, yeah, everything stopped. Like most focus on the family life. And then I'm blessed with 2 children, both sons. Now they are grown up. They are in Canada working in the game industry. And yes, running, of course, it started pretty late. I started at the age of 52.
Okay. If you don't mind, may I ask your age, please?
I'm 59 now.
You definitely do not look like that. Nice to know. Okay. And where were you born and brought up?
Agra. So my birthplace is Agra, but my parents, after their wedding, they had shifted to Bangalore. So my education, everything happened in Bangalore itself.
All right. And then that means you were always active. So you did not pursue it after the national softball. मतलब वो आपने किस age तक खेला as such softball?
Till my marriage. After the wedding, I had stopped. Like I was busy with other things, and उसके बाद then after बच्चे होने के बाद, I had put my son into swimming when he was 7 years old. So I had the pool is just walk up in. It's 100 meters away from my house. So when he was 6 years, I had put him for swimming. So then after going to the pool, I felt like, why don't I also learn along with him? And that is how I joined swimming classes. I learned swimming there. And yeah, after the 2-3 months of my learning, there was a competition in the same pool. It was a state.
Okay, I'll stop you here. Just 1 second, ma'am. So, आप किस age की बात कर रहे हैं? Your son was probably 7 years old, है ना?
Yeah.
तो उसके बाद आपने भी swimming start किया. What age you were at that time?
I was around 34 years.
Okay. Yeah. So after 2-3 months of learning swimming, yeah, you were telling there was some competition.
There was a state level competition happening in the same pool. So one of the coaches, he asked me, "Are you able to cover? I mean, do a 50-meter swim?" I said, "Yeah, I can do it because I had just learned it and I was just able to complete that 50 meters, freestyle as well as backstroke." He said, "Why don't you come tomorrow and take part?" I said, "Okay, let me try." And then I went the very next day for the competition. In those days, of course, yes, competition was very less among women, but still I just went to part. And then I won 2 silvers in my age category.
Oh wow. So ma'am, I think again I want to stop here. अपनी 34 की एज में probably somewhere around 25 years down the line की बात कर रहे हैं हम approximately 2000 की बात कर रहे हैं ये जब आपने swimming सीखा है ना
Yes.
for the very first time. Now
Yeah.
even अगर हम आज भी देखें
Uh-huh.
adult females,
Yes.
it's hard for them to go to a swimming pool and learn swimming. जिसको आती है वो फिर भी चला जाए, but जिसको नहीं आती, I think they find it very hard to learn because there's kind of a taboo around it, or maybe culturally it's not that acceptable. So,
Yeah.
what really pushed you to learn swimming at that age? Like, did you not feel awkward? And how did you learn? Like from a coach? या कैसे?
Yeah. Yeah, initially getting, I mean, wearing a swimming felt little awkward, but still, you get those costumes where, you have those crop type or full body costume like that. So I bought one like that, and I said, and there was a group like, summer, there are many women who enroll for this thing.
Okay.
And it was an evening batch as well. So this was from 7:30 to 8:30 in the evening. Then it's okay, let me just try at least. And then I went, and then of course, during that 21 days camp, you hardly learn anything. You learn because a person who had never got into the water, like, I found it little difficult. Then I gave up also. After 21 days, I could hardly float 10 meters and stop. And then I stopped swimming. Then after 15 days, I said, "Why don't I just go try on my own?" And then again I enrolled, when took a pass, monthly pass. उस जमाने में होता था monthly pass. You pay for certain amount and you can go every day and swim. So I just went there and I went on trying, and then I was able to take one breath, two breaths. Then that is how I did it on my own. And I was regular. I mean, months after months, I went on. I continued my this thing. So it took me at least 2 months to to do a 50-meter swim. So I used to swim beside the wall. So anything happens, I was
I can so relate to it because I'm 38 right now, and I think I also learned swimming at the age of somewhere around 30, 31. तो I can so relate to it कि मैं ना वॉल के साथ साथ में स्विमिंग करती थी ताकि just in case एकदम से बैलेंस बिगड़ जाए, I can just hold it and then
hold the
stand
wall.
again.
Yes. So, so that is how I used to swim. So as I told you, after 3 months there was a competition, and during the competition also I told them, "You give me the last lane. I don't want in between." They agreed to that. And of course they put those lanes now, so all lanes are same basically because you can hold on to that lane. But still, I insisted, "You give me the last or but one, but not somewhere in the middle."
So that you can hold on to it in
hold
case
on
of,
to it. Yeah.
imbalance or so. Right. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, well, now from there, swimming, starting swimming probably around 2000.
Yeah.
So, ये running कहाँ से आया? And you probably were good at swimming. So, did you continue the swimming? And how come running came into picture?
Yeah, I continued. I mean, swimming was my regular this thing. So now it is almost 23 years of my swimming. I've been very consistent. Then what happened was, due to some medical issue with my husband, he had so doctor advised him exercise. So I used to take him to the stadium for a walk actually. So we used to go there, walk 4 rounds or 5 rounds. That's a 400-meter track. So just walk and come back. So like that, that became a regular this thing. So that we must have done for a month or two. Then I used to say, I thought, let me try running. So I started off with 100 meters. I used to run 100 meters, walk 100, again run. So like that, 2, 3 rounds. So from 6 rounds to some 10 rounds, I progressed. Then
Okay, so now, okay, I have a question. I'm so sorry. I'm very curious to ask. At what age were you at that time when you started a little bit of jog walk thing?
I was 52.
52. Okay. And then how did you know कि you have to start with jog walk? Did somebody guide you या आपने खुद ही सोचा कि थोड़ा jog थोड़ा walk करते हैं?
No. किसी ने बोला नहीं. I tried myself.
Okay.
I used to feel awkward as well. When people used to come there for walking, at that age, why this old woman has to run at this age?
Yeah.
Running was also not that popular 8 years back. Now it has picked up like anything. Or maybe I was not aware. Even if there were runners outside, I was not aware that,
Yeah, because I always say this thing because the runners, they come in the morning and by probably 7, 8, they're done.
done.
When the
Yes.
rest of the world wakes up, go outside, they're already inside.
Yes.
So if you are not yourself a runner, you don't really get to see the runners around you also,
Yes,
generally.
yes, exactly.
In that way. All
So
right.
that is how I started. So I was able to run 200 meters at a stretch, then 300, then 400, then I tried 2 rounds continuously. So I was just doing that, and 4, 5 kilometers ho jata tha. So one of my friends, this Pinkathon came.
Yeah.
So as I was already in a swimming group, so she said, why don't we all women swimmers enroll for this Pinkathon? And she was an ambassador also. She had to take few ladies to the. So I said, okay, we will enroll for that. And there, I tried running more. 5 kilometers, I hardly walked. I was amazed. Okay, चलो 5 kilometers run करने को हुआ है. And then, after coming back to the stadium, after 5, I tried 6, 7 kilometers. I just progressed to 6, 7. And then after that, another 2, 3 months ke baad, there was a Bengaluru 10K challenge happening. So I heard from people, it's a good run and all that. So I thought, okay, let me also register. Since 7 kilometers, I'm able to do it. बाकी 2 ढाई walk करके खत्म कर देंगे. And then I went there, enrolled. Run ke din I went. And I was comfortable doing the full 10K. I did my full first 10K. I did it, and then after the run, as usual, I came back home. Then one of my friend called and said, "You have won a podium there." I was
wow!
You
Your
won a
maiden 10K and that to Bangalore 10K.
Bangalore.
Because Bangalore 10K
Yeah.
attracts a lot of people from outside Bangalore as well. Like it's a
Ah.
very prestigious run.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you got a podium in that.
Podium.
Right.
So I was surprised. I said, "Oh wow, that's nice." And that is how from there my running journey started.
Okay. Okay. I think I want to take a pause here. You at the age of 52, 53 started running and probably then won a podium in your maiden 10K event.
Yeah.
Or uske baad, you might have 2 young boys at that time at home.
Yes.
So
Yes.
उनका response कैसा था towards their mother running, and what was the response of your husband, you running at that age, या आसपास के लोगों का, or maybe family, how was their response?
They were pretty supportive. Son's husband is very supportive in all this. Because he used to come with me for walks, right? So I used to run, and that way it was. बच्चों का भी they were very happy. They are very supportive that way. So have a very supportive family for that matter.
So after your 10K TCS 10K, I think you did it 12 hours as well, or in between there must be a couple of runs. तो आपने कैसे सोचा to probably increase the distance from 10K to longer distances? Like how did that happen?
So once I was comfortable with 10K, so I slowly, tested my this thing endurance, and ऐसे धीरे धीरे करते करते I reached 14, 15. I was able to do it. Then when I did 15, I thought, why should I not try a half marathon? And before that, there was one stadium run tha, 2 hours relay, that relay part tha.
Okay.
12 hours relay house. Then I thought, okay, let me be a part of the relay team. 2 hours bhagna hai, it's in a closed environment, safe environment. When you're not running, toilets are there, hydration, everything is accessible. So I said, okay, let me try. And then I was able to cover around 17 to 18 kilometers in that 2 hours.
Wow.
So then that gave me the confidence to, enroll for myself for the half marathon. And again, same feeling. In 2 ghante, I'm able to be on that track. Another half an hour, I can walk and finish that half marathon. So that was my first half marathon. I enrolled, but when I was training for that half marathon, I twisted my leg and fractured my leg.
Oh.
So I had a fracture, hairline fracture. So I had a cast for 1.5 months, and then, so that was a break like for me. But during that period, I started doing some strength training. Then after the cast was removed, again I started my running and slowly picked up. And the next half marathon, next year, the same this thing I tried, and I was able to do it with a pretty good time, 2 hours 10 minutes. My half marathon I finished. That is how
Wow. So now, generally, to be honest, very honest, people train to get this time, 2 hours, 10 minutes, you are saying, right? And so on. But then you are starting off with this time. अगर देखा जाए. तो what do you think is different in you? क्या आपको लगता है कि क्योंकि years of swimming, probably 20 years of swimming was already done. That probably build up that muscles that help you in running. Or what do you think could be another reason?
One is swimming. The other thing is I'm very active throughout the day. See, since I have a printing business, so I'm busy with that. And I have stay at the second floor, up and down. उसमें काफी बार उतरना चढ़ना होता. I mean, my life has been very active throughout. So maybe that helped me. Yeah. So the fitness levels were always there, I feel.
Yeah. And I think the two mistakes people do is they straight away, from just being absolutely inactive, they straight away jump into running and then they try to do too much of a distance without having the right muscles already built.
Sure.
And I think in your case, maybe because you were a national level player and then you were swimming also.
Swimming
and then,
also, yes.
Yeah, you were active throughout. That probably helped you get that good timing in the starting itself.
Starting with,
Right. So, ma'am, now till 21, Rita ji, I would say is a different ball game altogether. But if you step up from 21 to another, to 42 or more, it's a different ball game altogether, because till 21 you can still train without having pain or so. But I don't think beyond then, or to 42 or to more, it involves pain. So, Minta, why did you decide to then go for higher distances, more than half marathon?
See, I had done at least 2 to 3 of half marathons. So now I thought it's time to. I used to hear people doing full marathon, long distance. What I used to just hear about it. So I thought, why not try it? So I started training, and I wanted to do this. Heard about this Mumbai marathon so much. So I thought, let me at least try it. And I started practicing. So again, it was on my own. I'd only heard that, if you want to do a full marathon, your weekly mileage should be around 80 kilometers. So all these, talks I had heard about from other runners. So I thought, okay, let me try. And, I started doing it. 50-60 kilometers I was able to cover in a week, 60, 65. I had no idea about hydration, nutrition, nothing. But still, I was able to do it. And so I thought, let me try for a half marathon, full marathon. And I enrolled in for Mumbai 2020. So one of my friends, she was doing a 10K there. So I thought this is a good time. I have company all as well. Because I am not confident traveling alone.
Okay.
So she agreed to, share the room with me there. And I said, chalo, dekhenge jo hoga. And I started training, and, in that long run, I could, do 25, 30, up till 35 I went. And the 35 kilometers, I ran for 4 hours actually.
Oh, that's a good timing. In training, you did 35 kilometers in 4 hours.
In 4
That's
hours.
a very good time.
So I was pretty happy. Okay, chalo ho jayega full fee, and then jo hoga dekha jayega. And I went, booked my, booked my ticket, and I went to Mumbai, and I did there. So there also, I was feeling awkward because I was totally new to full marathon, and I had carried so much. I mean, hydration belt, this pouch, that pouch, and gel वगैरह का तो खैर उस टाइम मालूम भी नहीं था कि there's something called gel exist and people take that and all that. But of course, I had taken some dry fruits with me and water bottle. I carried that, and then just with the feel, I thought, let me just try. जैसा होगा देखा जाएगा, and I did it, and I was able to finish that in 4 hours 38 minutes. It was again a surprise for me.
Lovely. That's nice. And
And
it's actually a different achievement because people say Mumbai Marathon. I've not done TMM till now, but people say TMM is a different feeling altogether. Crowd is very nice, but then it's a difficult run.
It is a difficult track, but that is what I had also heard. Mumbai mein, you don't have to run. People will make you cross the line. That is the kind of crowd you will find there, and I somehow enjoyed it. And I liked it also. And I think for 4:38, I was 5th or 6th at that time.
Oh, and that was your first full marathon.
That
and
was
that
my
was
first
TMM.
full marathon.
We are talking about the very famous runs. We are not talking like if we talk about tier 2 cities or tier 3 cities, generally women our participation is low. और वहाँ पे पोडियम आना आसान होता है. बट अगर हम बैंगलोर की बात करें, बैंगलोर 10K या TCMM, मतलब ये ऐसी रन्स हैं जहाँ पे इंटरनेशनल क्राउड भी होता है. एंड देन all the known runners come. उसमें आके, you stand 5th, 6th, it matters, I would just say.
Sometimes ignorance is also a bliss, you say, because I had absolutely no idea about Mumbai crowd or how it is. I just had decided to go take part in that thing, and not, I had many friends also who had done it or not connected with other runners. I just wanted to do it, and actually, in fact, one of my friends said, "You go and train with someone." उसने coach को भी recommend किया था, and actually I went to meet him also, but that day unfortunately it was raining and he was not available. Then I said, "Chodo, it's too late also now," and and I did it on my own, and then.
Big thing. Probably running yourself, training yourself. और मुझे ना ऐसे भी लगता है रीता जी, sometimes ना कुछ चीजें already लिखी होती हैं, but वो ऐसे होती जाती है. Sometimes meeting some people and sometimes not meeting some people. Like everything is pre-written. We just follow how it has to be, but then that decides the path and the journey we follow in life. And these are beautiful coincidences, I would say. I believe in that. But lovely to know. Now, after TMM, I think you did also a 12 hours run, stadium run. वो आपने कब किया फिर? And why did you then jump from full marathon to ultra runs?
2020, I think, the first full marathon, what was that I did? Uske baad, there was, I think, after that there was COVID. So 2 years there were no runs actually. So, but by then, I had fell in love with running, and heard about some strength training, vagara. And during the COVID, there were some online strength training classes also happening. So I started doing some strength training and used to run on my terrace.
Terrace?
On the terrace, I used to cover 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers like that on the terrace itself. So during the COVID, that is what I did. And then after 2023, before that, 2022, I took part in Bangalore Marathon.
Okay.
That was, I did full marathon then.
Okay, again.
So that was my second full marathon. That was Bangalore Marathon. So there a time 4 minutes, 4 or 8 minutes aaya. So that was a huge drop in timing. After that,
so I think all the strength training that you might have done during the COVID would have helped.
Yeah, that COVID period helped me, really helped me in improving my timing and fitness levels. So after that, I enrolled for Mumbai. 2023, I did my third full marathon. So उसमें मेरा time 3:55 आया and I stood second.
Oh God, okay. 3:55, man.
Just
Another level. Now I'm wondering who was first.
First place, I just missed by 30 seconds. The first place, the person who came first was just 30 seconds. Her timing was 3:54:38 and mine was 3:55:17.
Wow. That's really nice to know that level of competition also.
So after that, last year, then there were many events. I went after that. I did Ladakh marathon. Yes.
Actually, last year you went to Ladakh.
Last year Ladakh I did. That was also a full marathon, and I stood first there also. And I was overall sixth. Yeah. I was overall sixth there. And then I did last year almost 18, 19 events I took part. And almost all, and all were podium finished. And
so that's what I was saying, I think before and also. From Bangalore, you, Shamalaji and Bindu. If any of you or all three of you are participating in any event, तो मतलब वो given है कि podium आएगा ही. And for you people, you both, you and Shamalaji, it's generally gold itself, and probably Bindu is for first, second, third, depending on whether it's her A race or whether it's her training run for another big race as well. But I think that's very nice, that you have that community also who is excelling.
Yeah.
Okay. So after the Ladakh full marathon, then you
after Ladakh, there was a Kaveri Trail marathon in that was in Mysore. So I took part then. I did a few half marathons, full marathon, and then 10Ks. There was a Virat Kolika 118. That was again I think the distance was 18 kilometers. So various distances I have. Some almost 18, 19 events I did last year. And you got 4 years. It's nice now. All तो कुछ तो लेके आएगी, either a trophy or a cash prize. There's something he would be bringing back home. So 2024, I could not do TMM because my niece's wedding was on the same date. Okay. So then I thought, why not try Tata Ultra? That was in February. So I'd heard about it also, and it's a very beautiful run. So I took part there. Again, I got a podium there. Nice. And then after that, basically this year I was supposed to travel to Canada to meet my sons there. But visa ka thoda problem ho gaya. I didn't get the visa. And then I thought, okay, Bindu was training for that 24 hours. She said, why don't you do 12 hours? You are capable of doing it. Just register yourself. And then she said, then I thought, why not? Chalo, 20 din reh gaye the still the window was open to register. I said, I was confident that 7 hours I will be able to, be on the track 7, 8 hours. After that, 4, 5 hours still I will manage walking. So confident I had. So I just went and registered for the 12-hour stadium run. And उसमें भी first place आ गया. Overall, I was first.
I really like the charm that you have, you don't take, I think you don't take pressure about
Yeah.
any run.
No,
मतलब
no.
हो गया करेंगे नहीं हुआ
Correct.
तो कोई
Yes.
बात नहीं पैदल चल के कर लेंगे there's
Correct.
nothing to do.
No, no, no. On the day of the run also, the day how I feel, that is how I take it. I don't, itne mein karna hai, itne mein finish. I don't look at my watch, anything. I just keep going till I see the watch at the finish line only. वो जो ऊपर display रहता है ना, then that is.
I also found in Bindu very strange. Most of the runners that I would talk to, I talk to a lot of people, और
हाँ,
मैंने देखा लोग बहुत tense रहते हैं. They would
हाँ,
not be able to sleep properly before the run because of the anxiety. And then obviously on the day of the run also, they're nervous because they have a target in mind, either for the distance or for the time and so on. But I think I found very different in Bindu that she says that I just love to run and I go out to run whatever
yes,
I'm able to do, I'm happy about it. And I think then you're literally the second person whom I'm talking to, uh, who share the same thing. And probably the
हाँ,
other female is Asha ji, who talks like that. I don't
हाँ,
even look at my watch. I just go run, and then when it finishes, my husband see
yeah,
my time.
हाँ. Yeah, I don't, take pressure or, tense myself during the runs. I am just, stay
Uh,
calm and take it as it comes and finish it. नहीं
mhm.
होगा, stop.
So you don't have any problem in sleeping also one day prior to the run. I'm just curious because that's very
Uh,
common thing. People don't get to sleep before the run. Sometimes they are so nervous.
or I can say, I have trained myself. If I don't sleep, also I'm able to go run.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Because sometimes, as I told you, if you ask me to come at 2 o'clock to run, I'm ready to. Whether I've slept or not, that is immaterial. मैं उतना सोचती नहीं हूँ. नहीं होगा वापस आ जाएंगे. That is all my this thing. If it is not possible, then you think. Before that, I don't. नहीं सोए नहीं होगा. That is not my mindset. My नहीं होगा तब देखेंगे. That is how in what I believe.
Do you think this comes with age also? Or do you think that is how you were always in life?
This is how I am always like.
Okay.
So,
That's a very wonderful trait to
mm,
have. Really,
because
really nice.
because for every problem there's a solution, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, so ये नहीं है तो next something, I am like my thoughts are always like that.
Mhm.
ये नहीं हुआ, next what you can do to do finish it, or that is how I take it. Not only in running, in my day to
Mhm.
day this thing also. That
Mhm.
is how
You
I
stay
am.
calm.
Yeah.
All right. Then nice to know. Now, then after that, probably you even did your Bangalore marathon, probably, right? You stood first. And even in Vedanta, if I talk about, I can't even think of that timing. Just probably 2 days back, you've
Uh,
done Vedanta half marathon and you clocked probably 1 hour, 48 minutes and couple of seconds, less
yeah.
than 149. And it is absolutely fantabulous to see that timing with that age category. Uh, Really, really wonderful. And I would like to congratulate you on that because,
Thank
uh,
you.
yeah. And you're setting the bar so high that it feels nice to have the bar set so high that you always have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Lovely. Do you train with a coach now? Because initially you didn't train with a coach. आपने कभी coaching ली है running की or how is it now?
No, I'm not with any coach. Even now, I run on my own.
So how do you plan your runs? Like how do you plan your practice runs?
Now it's all experience. Now I have done so many runs. Now I know. So basically, I have my own plans. I decide, okay, tomorrow I will run 10K, I go do 10K and come. The day I decide I have to do 30, I will finish 30 and then only come back. That is how I have trained my mind, the day I decide 5, I will not be able to do the 6th kilometer. My body just stops. It says, आज 5 सोचा है, 5 करना, हो गया,
पर
finished.
पहले सोच के जाते हो,
हाँ,
माइंड में
हाँ.
प्रोग्राम होता है,
Program,
जितना
yes,
होता
yes.
है उतना ही करना है, बट
उतना
उससे
ही
पहले
करना है.
वापस भी नहीं
हाँ,
आना।
yeah. So
ओके।
previous day itself, I will, decide what distance I have to do, and or if I have to do a interval training, or, negative splits, जो भी है. I, when think about it the previous day, and then I next day go and execute it.
सो एक चीज बताइए, जैसे आपने बोला
हाँ,
अभी व्हेन यू प्लान योर रन्स, so
हाँ,
do you do like something like interval training also, tempo run also, negative split runs also, or
हाँ.
is it always at the same pace, whatever you could do on that? How do
No,
you?
no. I
Mm,
do intervals. Tuesdays are all most of the Tuesdays I do interval training.
mhm,
Mondays, strength and intervals and slow fast. It's a mixed run on
mhm,
Mondays. Wednesdays again, since I would have done an interval on Tuesday, I take it easy on
mhm,
Wednesdays, and I plan my long runs on Thursdays. So because I am into swimming coaching as well, so I take
mhm,
swimming classes now.
mhm,
हाँ,
mhm,
so पूरा प्लान करना पड़ता है. I have a printing business. I
mhm,
take care of that as well.
mhm,
So, I have to make time for everything. Plan करके
mhm.
I do it.
Okay,
So most of the
that's
classes,
nice. Mhm.
I have more number of classes on weekends because kids are free, school नहीं रहते हैं. So I cannot go for long runs on Saturdays. So I have
So you
limited time.
do your long runs on
On
Thursdays.
Thursdays, I try to finish it on Thursdays so I can do easy runs on Saturdays.
And a shorter one as well.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. That's really nice. So how many days on an average do you run? Like within a week, if we talk about?
I run almost every day.
7 days a week.
Almost 7 days. Otherwise 6 days तो होता ही होता है मेरा.
So you don't take any rest day, complete rest day where you don't do any physical training.
No, I don't have as such.
Okay. I think everyone is different in that way.
That way.
Yeah, that's really nice. And how important do you think is strength training? So when it comes to strength training, what do you do in strength training? Do you lift weights? Do you go to gym? Or what do you think, how important it is?
No, it is. I feel it is important because if your body is strong, it will be. I mean, it will be an injury-free runs. If you don't strengthen your body.
Mhm,
So basically, I don't go to any gym or anything, or not lift weights. Also, a few sets of exercises are there which I know, and I do it. So
mhm.
before the run, usually 40-45 minutes, I do some exercises and then go out for runs. I wake up at
So you do
3:45.
body
Yeah.
weight exercises
Body weight
itself
exercises, yes.
and no weight training.
No weight training.
Okay. Okay. That's also nice, Then, and what about yoga? Do you do some yoga also? Like, what do you do for stretching?
No, swimming, I do swimming, so that takes care for
Yeah, right.
recovery and cross training. उसमें हो जाता है मेरा.
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
That's nice. So, when
So
you say swimming coaching, do you take it for kids or for adults?
all age groups. I have from 2 years to 70, 80 years I have coached.
Mhm. So,
Uh,
do you do it as a hobby or you do it because it's a job? What's your take on training others for swimming?
it's a hobby, you can say. And
Mhm.
I conduct summer camps also. Summer
Mhm.
may,
Mhm.
for kids, adults.
Mhm. 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 Really nice. Nice. Okay. Then Rita ji, let's talk about nutrition a little bit. Now, for all these, I know you didn't probably knew much about nutrition in your full marathon. But I
Hmm.
think as we step further, then even for a full marathon, you need to have a nutrition or a hydration strategy in place. But
Um,
it's all more needed, especially if you are into ultra running. So, how do you plan your nutrition? Anything particular that you do for your longer runs as such?
nothing much other than hydration. I before the run, I take a banana. And I can run without anything for 25-30 kilometers. It's only after that I need. So during the last 10-12 kilometers, I need something. So fasten up रहता है or a banana or a gel. So that is all I take.
So you do that, you take that during the practice runs also?
No, practice I don't. Only during the events I do that. Practice, I finish it off with the banana water. That's it.
Water also, plain water?
Plain water.
Rita,
And
I think you people are made of something else. You know, the same thing Bindu told me. I didn't know much about nutrition, hydration. Yeah, that this is another level.
ah,
मतलब सिर्फ बनाना खाओ, पानी पियो और
no,
अपना भाग के वापस आ जाओ.
banana also now people say you should have something before the run. I started taking banana from past 6 months. Otherwise, I used to run on empty stomach itself.
But you don't feel uh, the loss of energy after, because you really, scientifically also, you lose that calories. You don't feel weak.
So far, it has all been good. So
And really nice. I'm really amazed to listen to that. And what's your take on protein powder? Do you take any protein powder
no,
as such?
I'm not on any new supplements.
No supplements.
Absolutely
Okay.
no. घर
Okay.
में, I've got when as a gift hamper, I've got those protein powders सब ऐसे ही पड़े हुए. I am not able to, खा नहीं सकती हूँ मैं कुछ चीजें, I just can't take it.
Right,
So,
right. It's not for everyone.
so I am not on any supplements.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And then, are you a if you don't mind sharing, are you a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian, or do you take eggs? How's your
Yeah,
diet
eggs.
generally?
Yeah, every day I take one boiled egg. I do that. Weekly
Mm,
once chicken thoda sa. Otherwise,
mhm.
I'm on a vegetarian diet most of the days. Weekly
Okay.
once I take chicken.
Okay,
Usually
but it's not regular.
not regular.
Okay. And then, like, do you take special diet or do you take care of your diet? Because with that kind of physical training that you do, probably you need more protein intake, maybe in the natural form.
No, it's all ghar ka khana, and
Mm,
I eat on time.
mhm,
Is
mm,
basically, that is
mm,
all. And I don't eat junk.
mhm, mhm.
Uh,
So
normal.
basically, it means you've not changed much. You just
Ah,
eat the normal ghar ka
normal,
khana.
yeah. Ghar ka, yes. Home cooked
Ah,
food, and on time I eat. Everything is
mm,
done on time, like.
mm. I think
Otherwise,
that also comes with age also. After a
yeah,
certain age,
that
people become a little particular about their timing, that
timings,
kisi time
yes.
pe khana hai. And
And,
that's not because of being a runner. That
yeah,
just happened
happens,
natural
yes.
progression hai.
Agree.
And whether you want to sleep on the same time, you want to wake up on the same
About,
time,
yes.
and all those things comes into picture. And also, I want to ask, like, are you a solo runner or do you train with a group? And especially when it comes to long runs, how do you run? Like, you run with someone or alone?
Usually I'll run alone. अगर कोई company मिलता है तो I join them. It's
Mhm.
either, sometimes Bindu or as you said, Shamla. If I find someone, if somebody wants to run with me, they accompany me or I join somebody.
Mm.
It is
But
not
you don't go out
fixed.
look for a
I
company.
don't I don't wait or look for like that. If somebody ask me, okay, you want to join or are you running tomorrow? I said, come along, we can do it together.
That feeling that probably you're emitting is the same feeling that I got from Shamalaji also, and it's very infectious.
uh,
It feels very nice because I think you people are very welcoming. If
yeah,
someone just asks you, you're okay to take them along.
yeah, yeah,
Otherwise, you're just content within yourself.
yes,
Right.
yeah.
Nice. So, another thing I want to ask, you are in Bangalore. Probably Bangalore is considered a safe city per se.
Mm.
But have you ever encountered any issues being a female and a solo runner running at dark hours in Bangalore?
As for now, nothing like that because I stay very close to the stadium. So
Mhm.
that's a closed and it's a safe and when place to run when if I have to do start my run early. So I go to the stadium. Only after a little bright, then I go out. Till then, I take part of in safety part. I have to take care. Otherwise, both the incidents. But you have to be more cautious.
Right. Right. But the stadiums also generally open around 4 a.m., isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you start your long runs at 4 a.m., not earlier
4,
than
4,
that.
4:15, 4:30, depending on the distance or how much I have to do it. So
Okay. At that time. Nice. So I think it's really nice to see you people coming together, as someone who are probably leading the way to longer runs, and that too at a very good pace as well. But any dream run that you have in mind that you are probably looking at
uh,
doing in the future?
I want to do comrades.
Oh, I think Bindu already done it. I'm not
Bindu
sure
has
about
done it.
Kamlesh.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe next year I would like to attempt. It'll be 60th year, so something different on the 60th year.
Really nice. I'm sure you'll do great in comrades. Probably a lot of people go now with Satish Gujaran. He probably
ah,
teaches in by Pune. So
acha.
yes, so I think it will be really nice to see that. And any message that I think you've been a path breaker in that front because you started swimming at the age of 34 and then you started running at the age of 52 and you've been a swimming coach, which is not so common at that. I know I really don't know anyone in India who's a swimming coach at that age,
Ah.
being a woman also. So you've been a path breaker at many instances. So any message that you have for females or anyone out there who are listening to you?
I would say, keep time for what you love to do it. That is one thing is very important. And
Mhm.
be consistent, be disciplined, then you can achieve it.
That's wonderful. I think with that, it was lovely talking to you. I look forward to hearing more from you with respect to your runs, your swimming. And I would look forward to you getting many more podiums. And I wish you all the best for comrades and many more runs that you will do in the future. But thank you so much for spending time and sharing your story with me. Thank you.
Thank you. It was lovely.